Hey guys, it's me again. I think I'm seriously just starting to get used to this. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, life coach, and a psychic. I started this channel because I want to really share with you guys what I know in my world, hoping you guys can use that as a tool to help you have a better life. So, if you find anything useful, that's great. But if you don't, that's fine as well. I don't get offended. I just hope I can help some way. Before we start our conversation, I want to talk about a quick conversation I had with my friend yesterday. I thought maybe you guys would be interested as well. A friend asked me, does everybody born with intuition? Intuition is that feeling that you have. Is called like gut feeling. Sometimes you do something, you will sense it's right or wrong, good or bad. I was joking. I said, yeah, everybody's supposed to be born with intuition because that's a survival sense, right? It would tell you where to go, where not to go, what's good, what's not good. But she said, but not everybody have intuition, it seems like. I said, yeah, because, the way we grow up, the society, the logic, when the logic start kicking, when people start having a perception how they should be and behave, that intuition will slowly get taken away. But even though people don't use intuition all the time, you will still see when it comes to like some important moment or something like that, that gut feeling will still come out because that is the survival sense that everybody should have. Then I tell her, if one have intuition, that intuition is pretty much, in my definition, a group to the psychic power. Because that's really how psychic sensation feels like. It doesn't have a form, doesn't have a shape, but that's the feeling that you get most of the time. So I would say, in my definition, intuition is also grouped to psychic power. It should not be, because intuition should be your survival sense. So everybody should have it. But, it's okay. We kind of forget about it. I guess that's why I'm here to share, hoping, eventually can help everybody find that back. So anyway, back to topic. Today we're going to talk about spirit guide and higher spirit. I'm going to use this term a lot. The reason of that is, let's start with higher spirits. Higher spirit in general is what you guys call angel, or Buddha, or God sometimes. Whatever name you give it to him, is someone that you perceive as a higher position to help you. The reason I no longer call them Buddha, or I don't call them God or anything, is because at the beginning they present to me as a Buddha form. That's easy for me to call them. As time progresses, as my study progress, I no longer know how to call them, because I will have a Mayan guy, and I don't know how to call a Mayan guy. And I will have a guy who dress completely white, and I don't know how to label them. So instead of just call them by name, I just decide to group them together. So that way I know you are here to help. Higher spirit usually come to your life to help. The reason I call higher, it's not because their position or knowledge is way higher than me. Let me put it this way. See, I didn't really study term. So with me, I don't have a term to describe things. So all the word I'm giving to you is based on the sensation, how it works for me. For me to identify the existence, they come into me as a vibration. So higher spirits, the reason I group them is because they vibrate in higher speed for me. So let's say human go every 3 seconds, for example. Higher spirits vibration would be like 0.5 second. So due to our vibration is different, later on how I will explain it later, in our time definition is different too. Because they are higher vibrating, they may be, in their perception, they can get so much done in our perception of 1 hour, while it might take us, whole day to do things. While meanwhile, Someone said, I don't understand, but I'm just here to join the group. Thank you for your support. So why some lower vibration, which goes is in lower vibration, they might take 5 second vibration. In their time frame, their 1 day may be equal to our 1 week, for example. So anyway, just let you know, when I call higher spirits, is because their vibrations be higher, and then they don't have a form or a body. That's what I try to say. So higher spirit will usually come to you. You don't usually have a higher spirits hang around you, just to guide you. That the spirit guide I'm going to explain later. Higher spirits are usually come to you, help you when you need extra help, right? Because sometimes we're dealing with task in life that was so difficult, like even your spirit guide doesn't know how to help you out of that. In that situation, higher spirits usually will step in place, like give you that extra strength, that extra belief, like to make you push you a little bit forward. So that's my definition. So everybody could be a higher spirit. A higher spirit sometimes can be, the reason I say they're not necessarily position higher than me is, let's say, I'm going to give you an example of A and B. Let's say A is very good at math, but very bad at art, while B is very good at art, but very bad at math. So when I'm dealing with, when A is trying to dealing with art, it was so complicated to them. He might get frustrated and, oh my God, I couldn't get this out. Well, meanwhile, the B is very good at art. And this kind of case, B will come in and say, you know what, let me help you with your art. So later on, you can help me with math. So in that case, the B will become A's higher spirit. I hope that example is simple enough for you guys to understand. But that's what I try to say. Higher spirit can be someone that happened to overcome that specific task, and they already know how to deal with it. In this specific case, they will come in and help you and give you like spiritual, mental support like you need it when you are dealing with difficult tasks in life. So that is a higher spirit you will hear me saying all the time. We don't usually have it, but we do have them here and there sometimes. It depends on what test you're dealing with. Now I'm going to talk about spirit guide. You will hear me say spirit guide most of the time. The reason of that is spirit guide is the one existence that's actually with you all the time. They never left you. It's always there. Whether you sense it or you don't sense it, trust me, it's always there, because spirit guide have a job. Spirit guide's job is to make sure you're on the right track, doing the right things. Whether in your human definition is right or wrong, they are making sure you're on the right track to learn the things you're supposed to learn. So, spirit guide, you guys have other term for it too. Spirit guide can be called, could higher spirit be a person? A person as a human? Is that what you're asking? I would say higher spirit at this point, I'm going to say no. They are more restricted to a person without physical form. Okay? But those person who can be helped too, and then I would talk about it later on when we get into deeper topic. So, back to the spirit guide. Spirit guide, in your definition, some people name it greater self. The higher self or greater self. So you probably understand it's you, but in higher stage of you. That means that you don't just know about this life. I gotta always remember to turn on my phone. So anyway, that higher spirit don't just know about your life as like, my higher spirit will not just know about me being Joanne. The higher spirit will actually know all the record database. What have you done? What have you been? What have you learned? What have you not learned? So they watch over you with the greater knowledge of how far have your soul gone at this point, right? So they are also the one who plan your life, the purpose of life, the test of life, and things like that. Again, because they know so much about you as a soul, they don't usually plan a test you cannot overcome, right? They will usually pick the most difficult one, which I agree. They will pick the difficult one because, you know, when they are in that mode, they just think we can do everything. But they won't plan the thing that you cannot overcome. So their job is not to now I get so distracted. Anyway, their job is plan your life, purpose of life, and then make sure you're on the right track of it. So that would be what you hear me saying spirit guide for. Not everybody can sense spirit guide. The reason of that is because they are usually wrapped around by their story, and then or trapped by their, you know, trapped by the society logic, right? Do we only have one spirit guide, or can we have many? The answer to that is one person will have one spirit guide. You don't need many, trust me. They are noisy. You will have one spirit guide. Every person will have one spirit guide, because that spirit guide will follow you most of the time to make sure you're on right track. You are protected spiritually, and then, you know, you are doing what you're supposed to learn. You will have many higher spirits that come into places that give you like extra support and strength, so you can, you know, so you don't need many of them, you just need one. But you will have many higher spirits, you know. That's what I try to say. So, where was I? Sorry, I got a little bit distracted by all the phone call. Whoever like lucky know you've been calling me. So, what I try to say is, yes, that's my definition of higher spirit and a spirit guide. And then you guys will hear me saying that all the time. I got a lot of people always ask me questions, because I guess we always, trust me, no one is more harsher to us than ourselves. We actually throw us harsher criticize than the society actually did to us. So, you know, a lot of time we judge, we do right thing, wrong thing, and good thing, bad thing, you know. So a lot of time I got people come to me and ask me, I think I've been off track. Am I still on the right track? Or, you know, I think I've been not doing the job I'm supposed to do. The answer to that is no, you are always on the right track. You will always do the thing you were supposed to do. Whether in your human definition is good thing or bad thing, you are where you're supposed to be. The reason I can be so confident of that is because I've been dealing with enough cases, and then client and myself even, you know, even the mistake I make and things like that, I understand I'm supposed to learn something from it. Remember we talked about it before, the soul have a nature of evolution, right? So we don't learn by only doing the good thing, the right thing. We actually learn from making mistake. Through mistake, we learn to correct ourselves or find a better solution. So, you know, I understand many of you might worry about you may be in the wrong track, or you may do the wrong thing and that you are not evolved the way you're supposed to do. I'm going to hear very comfortably say no. That will never be the case. Whatever you're doing, whatever thing you think you're doing it wrong, let me put it this way. We all make mistakes. We hope to learn something from our mistake. If at this point that question never come into your head, now you think every moment can be a moment of evolution, because for you to evolve, it only take a couple seconds. So it might take years for you to learn something, but it actually only take you a couple seconds to learn. So at this moment, if you questioning if you're wrong or things like that, how about at this point forward, make it right, make it however you think can make it right. Right. So I think that just understand your spirit guide is always there for you to guide you to become a better soul. So aside from that, another tip I want to give it to you guys. A lot of people ask me how to connect with spirit guide. I'm not quite sure I can teach you how right now, because you have to have a greater understanding of things. But this is what I can tell you. Your spirit guide will come to you, will ensure you everything is okay just about almost every day, if you are not wrapped around by your logic and story, right? They are always there to ensure everything will be fine. How do you spot them? is they don't come in as a physical form. They come in as a sensation. Now, I want you to go by your day, do whatever you're doing, but they will give you at least 3 seconds a day or 5 seconds a day to really feel peace. Like 3 seconds and 5 seconds of the day, you really feel those things that you worry about no longer need to worry about it. Those things that struggle or, trouble your mind, they're really not as important as it is. To me, sometimes it comes as I look at the sky. And all of a sudden, there's a certain way I always walk. There's a certain path I always, pass by every day. But somehow when I look up the sky, I feel that peace in me. Yes, it's 3 seconds only, but you will really feel it. You will feel like, it will be okay. Everything would be okay. So, if you want to try to connect with your spirit guide, I would say try to seek that 3 seconds for you. It can be anywhere. It can be sometimes you just look at a tree, or sometimes you walk by an open space, or sometimes you just simply walking a path that you love so much. You just walk there every day. Seek for that 3 seconds in your life. That's how you start connecting with your spirit guide. And I hope later on as we talk, your sensation got better, then you can actually have a conversation with them. So that's my definition for spirit guide and higher spirits. As I say again, your spirit guide will always be there to guide you. They don't just make things right, because as I say in the previous episode, right, wrong, good, bad, that's really human language for us. Judgment is the language we create for ourselves. They're just there. They're just there to make sure you are on the right track. You're doing the right things. So, and you are learning what you're supposed to learn. The spirit guide is our higher self, or we part of our spirit guide. So we are part of our spirit guide. Yes. Sorry, I tried to catch the question before it disappeared. So spirit guide, go back to it, is a definition of our higher self. And then we are part of it. But we, as a human, is that, logical part of it. That very little part that only contain the information about this life, us as a human, knowledge of it. So we mostly use our conscious to function our life. But spirit guide is there to take care of the spiritual side. So anyway, I hope that I answered that question. You guys will hear me use those two words quite often. But, as time progresses, I can maybe refine it better for you guys. So that's the episode of the day. And I hope, that answered the question of spirit guide and the higher spirits. And again, if you like my channel, if you like this, either subscribe my channel or go to my Facebook or go to my website at ruowen.com. Next week, see, I learned from this week's experience, don't talk about something heavy at the beginning of the week. Next week, I'm going to talk about fairy. Let's talk about fairy because that is the light things I can talk about. But I'm going to take a break from tomorrow till Tuesday because I'm going to Vegas. So I won't be back until next Tuesday. No, until next Wednesday. So till then, I will see you guys. I guess I will see you guys all next Wednesday at 10. Bye.